Good morning. Today we'll start with the mathematical models. So it will be helps in the production parameters. So how we finding the mathematical models. So mathematical models of production parameters. So as we know that, so this is we are studying with respect to the manufacturing and automation and the integration of the computer in the manufacturing, right? So here the mathematical model. So these are the mathematical models are nothing but these models which is represented by mathematically. So some equations, linear equations, some that is a formulations will be there. So these mathematical models which will be helpful. So it is nothing but a quantitative parameters. It can be helpful for the achieving the very important thing in the case of a production. So in case of a production, we will be concentrating on the production in case of any manufacturing sector. So here in case of a production, it is very easy to achieve the what is the thing we require. The main objective of this is we will be having the high production. High production rate is required. So the this kind of a things it can be helpful. So these are the quantitative parameters. So it can be achieved with the help of the production, with the help of these mathematical models. So the mathematical models, it is nothing but they're going to be decide. So they're deciding well in advance. So before going to start the production, before going to start the any production activity, well before only, they will be having the some information regarding the production activities. For example, what are the different things which will becomes before going to start the production is plant capacity. So what is the plant capacity? So it is nothing but what is the maximum quantity is a production maximum number of products the parts can be produced in the particular industry, that is a plant capacity. So similarly, what is the investment? What is the investment required? Or what will be the investment we need to do before going to start or before going to be make a any that is a planning for the production. What is the investment? What is the maximum we need to be have to be well in advance we need to be take care about the that is financial statements with respect to start the production things. Similarly, delivery schedule. So what is the after the completion of the product, what will be the maximum time we require? Our scheduling. So in order to give to the customers requirement, what will be the maximum time we are going to be considered? What is the maximum time we require? Manufacturing time. Similar to that, that is a material planning. So how we need to be planned well in advance with respect to the raw materials. Not only raw materials, with respect to that is a not only materials, raw materials like it may be a manpower, it may be a with respect to materials, machineries like that. So we need to be planned for the material. So we need to plan for the machineries and for the that is a man force. We need to be planned for the there is a man force like that so on that is a etc. So many things which are required before. So that is these are the some things which we need to be understand before or we need to have a clarity about these things before going to start the production activities. So these things which can be find out or this can be calculated or this can be computed with the help of the these mathematical models. So mathematical models are nothing but which will be help in case of a production activities. So before in that is before starting the production, well in advance we can be have the a clear picture, a clear knowledge about the what are the things which we require before to start the productional activities. So as we know that this is a competitive world, so any industries or the companies, they want to be give the competition for the that is the existing, that is a brand are existing, that is the competitors in the market. In such cases, we need to be give a cost, that is the cost should be it is very competitive. So in the this world are already most of the competitors which are available in the market, we need to be produce the product with the competitive cost. We cannot give it a maximum. So if we produce the components for a maximum cost, nobody is going to be buy or the so a sale or the production will be, the production is high, so even though we cannot give it to a so lesser cost, so the production cost becomes high, so then so it is difficulty to get, so having the same, that is a concentration with respect to the so different so brands. In such cases we need to give you the so almost, so what the other competitors giving, so the with respect to particular cost we need to give at the same cost or even the lesser cost. If you give the same a particular product which is already available in the market, the same kind, the same variety with the same quality, if it is available with a lesser cost, so everybody is going to be buy the same product because quality is good. The same competitor is giving at the higher cost, so then if you give it a lesser cost, then it will be very demand in the market. So like this, if you want to get the information about this, how to calculate or how we should be produce the, that is the products with a lesser cost or with the minimum cost or competitive cost. So that can be so produced or that can be calculated with the help of so these mathematical so models. So like that we can get the many more information with the help of these models. Similarly, we can calculate the so many information with the these models. So these mathematical models, so which helpful to find out the, so that is the production rate. So what is the production rate or the batch capacity? So what is the number we need to be so going to be produced in the so number in terms of number, or it may be a so production cost, right? So that is the production rate. So what is the plant capacity? Okay. So what will be the manufacturing lead time? What do you mean by manufacturing lead time? It can be calculated. Manufacturing lead time is nothing but the overall time consumed between the from the order of the customer to the delivery. So this time is called as, that is the manufacturing lead time. So what is the maximum manufacturing lead time will be there? Okay. Similarly, so plant capacity is what? Similarly, so what will be the availability? So availability is in terms of raw materials. Availability of raw material may be manpower, it may be a machineries, it may be a any materials. Like this, it can be so calculated. Similarly, utilization. And next, WIP. So that is WIP is nothing but so working process, or WIP ratio. Okay, that is a production time. It may be a, so that is a production rate. So that is a, which may be with respect to the plant capacity. So what will be the so material availability of the material, manufacturing lead time. So many more things. So that can be calculated with the help of the so these mathematical model. What are the parameters are the different so that is a concerned things which can be numerically calculated. So all that can be so computed with the help of the mathematical models. Okay. This is about the mathematical models. So here we will get the an important, so that is the terms which we need to be calculated with the help of the, that is a mathematical model. So in this chapter only we are going to study the some mathematical formulations with respect to a production rate, plant capacity, availability, utilization. So WIP like this. So we are going to be so find out the many mathematical models for the so these things. So that with the help of that, so we need to be calculate the some numerical values, quantitative terms. We need to be quantitative numbers we need to be calculated with respect to the production. Okay, this is about the mathematical so model. So here let me so know about the so what are the different mathematical models which will be so how the mathematical models are there with respect to the so different terms in the these production units. So nothing but the production parameters. These are the so different production parameters are there. So we need to be calculated or we need to be give the mathematical models for that. Okay. Let me go for the next one. Under that, the first one is the cycle time. Here, the cycle time is represented by like this, T of C. Okay. So here the cycle time refers to the, it is nothing but the time spent actually. So the time spent of a particular product in the manufacturing. So if we start the manufacturing, so particular raw material is there here. So throughout this, so this is a time. So we call it as a time for the manufacturing. So this is nothing but, so that is a, it is an actually, so time spent by the a particular product in case of a manufacturing. So here the manufacturing, in case of a manufacturing process, what is the time spent by the a particular product will be called as, that is a cycle time. Here the cycle time, it also includes, so both the time, like it is going to include the, so production time or process time, okay, or process, or maybe a productive time, and also it includes the non-productive time. So what do you mean by the productive time and the non-productive time is? So the productive time is, so actually exactly what is the time it's spent for the, spent by the, that is a particular product on machine. So what is exactly machine? For example, so we will be performing a on particular a product on a lathe machine. Exactly we will be having the, so 15 minutes. Exactly it will be, so work for the 15 minutes, so on the machine. After that, so which may be a loading time in order to load the raw material before going to start this. So that may include 2 minutes. After the finishing this, it may include the, so 2 minutes to remove the that product. So in between that, so it will be adding the 2 minutes. So for the tool change, we need to be change the tool for a particular, so that is operation, tool change will be there. So everything, so that is that 15 minutes is an actual, or it is only machining time. So exactly what the, so process time, or it is the productive time of the particular product. So the non-productive time is these. These are the times which are with respect to a particular product in the manufacturing, the in the process, but they not include the any machining time. So it is the changing time. It may be a loading, unloading time. So changing of the tool. So setup time. Like this, these are the other times which will be added in the production or added in the that particular process. So that is called as the non-productive time. Here, so the mathematical model for this is, so how we are going to represent the cycle time is, it is represented by T of C. The mathematical formulation for the cycle time is, so T of C is equal to T of O plus T of H, so plus T of H. Okay. So here, so what is the meaning of these things is are, so this is, so the time required, the time consumed by the, so part, so time, so consumed by the part, actually that is a machining time. So machining time is represented by T of O. And that is an actual, that is a operation time, that may be called it as actual machining time is, so that is a T naught. And here this, so here T of H. So here the T of H is nothing but the part handling time. Part handling time. So what do you mean by part handling time is? So sorry, before going to start the any operation, we need to be, so take the raw material or the piece on a machinery. After the completion of that, we need to be take the same, that is a part, and we need to be, so place it somewhere. So that is nothing but the handling time. So apart from the machining, if you have been carrying the part for the loading or unloading, then it is called as part handling time. And this is, so T of PH. This is the capital T's. So T of O, T of H, and T of PH, small ph. So here the T of small ph, which represents the tool handling. So tool handling time. So here the tool handling time is, so for example, while we performing an operation, so if there is a breakdown in the tool or any damage, then we need to change the tool. In the such cases, we need to add the, to that time also in case of a cycle time of that particular product. Usually per product. So what is the, tool handling time for the product. Each product we need to be so add this if you have been considered. Okay, like this we need to be calculate the cycle time of any particular product. If you want to calculate the what is the cycle time, it is nothing but the so that is the time spent actually total time spent by the part on the machineries. It also includes productive time as well as non-production time. Production time includes the operation time and the non-production time includes that is the handling time and the so tool changing time and many more things. Even there may be many reasons that so while we performing wear and tear takes place of the tool, so because of that reason we need to change the tool. So that also includes in the it is a tool changing time. Sometimes we are using the automatic tool to change your pallets. So in such cases it requires minimum time to change. In the pallet we need to select the so different tool for the different operation. In such cases we will be considered the that time will be calculated as a so tool handling time. So always these are the times which will be calculated as an average. So average tool handling time for the particular product. This is where the other things which will be calculated in average. Okay, in that particular so production. So particular production will the number of products going after it. So they will be divided by the so each whole number of the so parts in that particular production are in that particular batch. So this is how we can calculate the cycle time. That is T is equal to T naught plus Dh plus T of H. Operation time, actual time. This is the tool handling time, and this is the so that is the this is the handling time of the part. This is the so tool changing part. The so there will be anything with respect to the tool while we handling the tool or we will be changing the tool with respect to that. Okay, this is about the cycle time. Okay, it is very important and the basic model of which we are going to be considered in case of a so this mathematical model in the production. And the next one is second production rate. So production rate. So also we can also calculate the so there is a batch processing time for a particular batch. Okay, batch processing time. So let me know the okay. I changed that. So here the production rate. The second one is the mathematical model. So we are giving is the production rate. So here the production rate. So we know that so production rate is nothing but so it gives a quantitative so value that so what will be the number or what will be the number it is going to be produced in case of a industry or in the so factory in case of a company or a factory. So what is the maximum number it can be produced? Okay, that is called as the so production rate. What is the production rate? So what is the volume in terms of what is the volume? For example, the production rate is for example so 100 per day or it may be a thousands per week or it may be a like so the production rate is in terms of week. So we can get in terms of week or it may be with respect to a day or it may be with respect to a so that is a month or with respect to a year. So what is the production rate per year? It may be per month, per day, per week, like that. So they can ask you the so any kind of the so that is the rate, production rate. So what is the number? That is nothing but the production volume in terms of so what is the volume? So they are going to be produced. So what is the so volume they are going to be produced in that particular industry. So there is a every industry is going to be concentrated on the high production. So when our production is high, so we can see the particular product at a lesser cost. So that the production rate should be very high. Okay. So the mathematical formulation for this is production rate. It is represented by the production rate is represented by so like this production rate. So R of P. So production rate it is represented by R of P. Okay. So R of P is equal to R of P is equal to so 1 by TP. Okay, so always the production rate is the, so okay, reciprocal of the, so production time. Okay, so this is the relation between the production time and the, so production, that is the production rate. The production rate can be calculated by the reciprocal of the production time. Okay, it is, it is also calculated by using the, so what is the quantity of the product produced, so per batch or the batch time. So even with the help of the only the production time, we can calculate the production rate. Or if we know the what is the number of quantity we are producing and what is the batch time. If you know these two quantities also, we can calculate the production rate. Okay, this is how we can calculate this. So before that, so what do you mean by this? Okay, so how there is a, what is the relation between the production time and the batch time? Let me know. So here, so the TP, the production time is equal to batch time for a particular batch. What is the time it is consumed by that particular batch? So it is divided by the total number of the quantity of the products in that particular batch. So that is the total number. That is the number of units or number of products. This is the batch time. So when we divide the batch time with respect to the total number of units in that particular batch, so number of products or the number of units in that batch. So if it is going to be, so subtract, it is going to be divided, so by the batch time. The batch time is divided, going to be divided by the, so the total number of the units in that particular batch. Then we can find out the, so TP, that is the production time. This is TP is nothing but the production time. So the production time is the reciprocal of the production time is, we can get the production rate. Okay, like this there is a relation between the, so these two things. And here let me know. So what is the, so this TP. So if you know this, you can calculate the, so TP. If you know the batch time and the number of quantities, we can calculate the, so this, now the TP. So we can calculate the production time. Okay, then what is the formula for the TB? So T of B is, that is the batch time. So the batch time is always will be equal to the setup time. That is, so particular, so that is a setup we require. That is a setup is nothing but we need to be set the tools, we need to set the operation, the machineries we need to be, so what are the handling time, so what are the process time, operations, so everything that will be includes the setup time. So we need to be set up the, that is the machineries, that is called as the setup time. So plus, so number of quantities we are producing in that particular batch. For example, in this batch we are producing 10,000. Then the value of the Q is 10,000. So there will be some number. Always there will be some number for a particular batch. So particular batch will be equal to some number. So in this batch we are producing 10,000. Then the Q value will be equal to 10,000. Okay, like that. So Q is nothing but the number of products produced in that particular batch. Q into TC. You already know that. So TC is in the previous, just in the previous slide we calculated, right? The TC is equal to cycle time of that particular average cycle time of the product. It is equal to T naught TH and the T of TH. That is the tool handling time and the actual time of this. So this. When we multiply with the total number of the quantities with respect to the cycle time, we will get the, so what is the maximum time required to produce the, so Q number of products. And the setup time is, it will be generally performed before going to start the any production activity. So that will be a example that there is a setup time is, so tools, so we need to be arrange the tools, so operations, machineries, we need to start the chart for the production activities, like that. So before going to start the production, so what are the required things we need to be performed before, so that is, so that time includes the, that is the setup time. Okay, like this we can calculate the T of B, that is the batch time. So once you get the, so this value, so if it is calculated, if it is subtracted by this, that is the T of B is, that is divided by the total number of the products, we can get the T of B, that is the production time. So reciprocal of the production time we can calculate. Or directly if you know the T of B and the Q, you can calculate Q by T of B. Directly we will get the reciprocal. That is the reciprocal of this is nothing but the production rate. TP is equal to TB by Q. So that is the production time. RP is equal to reciprocal of this. Reciprocal of this is Q by TB. Q by, so T of B. You can get the So what is the production? That is the rate in that particular industry. So it is nothing but, so what is the total number of products produced per a particular time? It may be week, it may be a days, number of days, it may be per day, or it may be per month, or it may be a, so per year. Like that we need to be so calculate. Okay. So this is about the production time. Next is, so next we will go with the production capacity. Okay. So what do you mean by the production capacity? As the name itself it is saying the capacity. The capacity is different and the production rate is different. For example, say in our industry we are having the ability to produce the, so 1,000 parts per day. So this is the capacity of the industry. But every day they are producing the 850 parts per day. So this is the production capacity, okay, and this is the production rate. The production rate is practically or actually what is the number they are producing is called as, so that is the, what is the actual number they are producing per day is called as production rate. The, that is the production capacity. So PC is nothing but it is having the capacity of having the raw material available and the men available, material, so machinery is available, every facilities is available to produce the 1,000 parts. But they are not ability to produce the whole the 1,000 parts. It is the capacity is more. It can be having the capacity to produce 1,000 parts, but actually because of the practical cases, because of the labor shortage, because of the machinery, there will be a problem with the machinery tools and many more things, practical cases. So it is producing only 850 parts. Then it is a, this 1,000 is a plant capacity and this 850 is the production rate. Okay. So what it says, production capacity. So every industry will have its some capacity. So that is the capacity of the industry is represented by this PC. So here the PC is equal to production capacity. It is represented by, so M into S of W into H of SH into R. Okay, one by one. So this is, you already know this. This is a production rate. Production rate is nothing but exactly what it can produce for a particular time, for a month, or for a year, for a day, or per week, like that. So what is the quantity it is going to produce? Quantity produced by industry for a particular time. It is called as the production rate. And here H of this SH is nothing but the, so number of hours per shift. So we already know that. So we have you heard this. So in the industry, so they will be having the first shift, second shift, third shift. Okay, like this it will be there. So if it is the shift, number of shift is nothing but, for example, the first shift is from morning 7 to 12, like this. And the second shift is from the 12, so noon to, that is a, for example, for a 6, evening 6. And similarly, the third shift is from the 6 to, so night 10 o'clock. Like this, there will be shift will be there. So in some industry, it will be having only two shifts. For example, it will be start from morning 12 to, so that is a 12 to 1 o'clock or something like that. So it will be having the around 12, 6 to 12 like this. And the second shift will be 12 to, so 7 like this. Shift, number of shifts is nothing but, so what is the duration of particular shift, number of hours available in that, it is a particular shift. Here the number of hours in the shift. So for example, so we are having the two shift. Assuming that we are having a two shift, two shifts were there. So what is the number of hours in particular? That is a each shift. So we are having 8 hours. The 8 hour shift. So first hour, that is the meaning of the shift at 8 hours is, so if they come at exactly at the morning 8 o'clock, if he comes at the 8 a.m., he needs to be work for 8 hours. So 8 hour shift will be there. That is nothing but from the 8 to 2 around. This is a one shift. So if you work for 8 hours, then it will be considered as a one shift. So what is the per hour? So what is the per shift, what is the hour is, it is called as, that is the H of SH is nothing but number of hours per shift. Per shift, what will be the total number of hours it is going to include? It is called as this. And this is S of W is includes. So what is the number of shifts? So which includes the number of shifts per week. So per week, so how many shifts were there? So number of shifts, number of shifts per week. It is going to be considered. So what is the total number of shifts will be there per week? So every week, what is the number of shifts which are available? And this n is, so here the n represents, so that is nothing but, so it is the number of work centers. Number of work centers, so available, that is the work centers, so in the industry or in the sector or in case of the plant. So it is the number of work centers so available in the plant. That is nothing but number of machineries available. So this is a production capacity is calculated by the product of the number of machineries available with respect to the, that is the number of shifts per week into, so that is the number of hours per shift into production rate. If you so multiply all these things, these parameters, if you know the values of this number of machineries available, so number of shifts per week, number of hours per shift, and the production rate. So when you multiply this, you will get the production capacity. So what is the production capacity of that particular? So that is the industry. For example, so we are having the, so that is the 8 machineries available in our industry or 10, let me assume 10. So number of shift is, that is a 6 shifts which are available in per week. And number of hours is 8. And the production rate is, for example, we are having the 90% production. Production rate is, for example, numbers, right? It will be number. For example, it will be so 1000 parts per, that is a, it will be per week number of. Here, when you multiply this, 10 into 6, it will be 60. 60 into, so this, it will be 60,000. 60,000 into 8, it will be, so that is, it is nothing but, okay. So these three are 4 zeros, okay. So here it is 6. Okay. That is a, the plant capacity is 4,80,000. 4,80,000 units per week. It can have a, it can produce. Okay, it can produce the so much of the so parts in a 1 week. So this is how. So this is how we need to be so calculate the production capacity of the so industry. Okay. Okay, this is about the production capacity. Okay. The next is, similarly, it can be changed. So the production capacity we can also calculate so for a particular duration. It can also be changed for a particular batch. Okay. So then the formula becomes, we can calculate it is for the batch also. So then the P of B, that is the production capacity for a particular batch will be equal to the, so n into, so number of shifts per week and the, so number of hours per, that is the shift, into RP divided by the number of parts produced in that, or the number of parts literally produced in that particular batch. This is the formula, that is the plant capacity. So that is the production capacity of the plant for a particular batch. Okay, this is the formula. And similarly, we can also calculate for the week also. So what is the production capacity of the citizen per week? This is the generally it will be calculated for a particular duration, and this is for the batch and for a week. So if you want to calculate that, so that will be represented there. That is a, so D of W, that is the demand required. DW, so is the demand required for the particular week. Okay, and the number of products in that, and it's divided by the, so production rate. So it should be equal to the, so number of machineries available, so number of shifts per week, and number of hours per shift. Okay, so this will be gives you the so equation by the rearranging this. When we substitute here only, so by the rearranging of this, it can be calculated for the week. So this can be this is the formula to calculate the production capacity per week, and this is for a batch. And this is stored for the plant. For the plant, we can be calculate the production that is the capacity of the particular plant. Okay, this is all. These are some important so mathematical knowledge we need to remember. And the next one is manufacturing lead time. Manufacturing lead time. It is represented by NLT. So the NLT is nothing but so whenever there is a we got an order, we got an order from the customer, and we are going to be deliver the parts or the products to the customer. We got the order from the customer. So from the time duration between the order we got by the customer to the between the delivery of the parts to the customer. So this time that is the name this time is called as manufacturing lead time. The total time that is between the order and the delivery. So in between that, so what is the time consumed by the production unit is called as the that is the total time. Total production unit from the customer order. So from the where we got the customer order, so production activities and investing, inspection, and everything, packing, everything, and finally we are going to deliver to the that is a for the customer. So this complete time is called as manufacturing lead time. It is going to be expressed in terms of manufacturing lead time will be expressed in terms of so that is a some number. So what is the number that so the time that is it will be required for a particular production activity. Okay. In general, we are going to represent this manufacturing lead time MLT is equal to summation of I is equal to 1 to n. So with respect to so here it is setup time. So setup time okay plus q into that is a so that is a cycle time plus and that will be for the so this is the number of machineries. So number of machineries used in the plant are used in the production. So this is a general formula. Summation of so I is equal to 1 to n. So here the I this is a so setup time for the number of that is the machineries and here the number of machineries for the I. And I is equal to 1. So what is the so that is the manufacturing lead time for that particular machine. So in general we will be calculate summation. So if such we are having a 10 number of machineries. So the summation of when it is the number 1 so for a particular first machine, when the I is equal to 2 for the setup machine for the second machine, the production in the that particular related with the second machine. Because of that, I is equal to 1 to n is so there is a summation of the so these things for the n number of machineries in the so particular plant. So it can be suitable. Here it is as I told that this is a setup time. This is the setup time in the production for a particular operation. Okay, and Q is the so number of products producing. So here the T of C is the cycle time. Okay, average cycle time of the particular product. And T of so NOIs is nothing but the so number of machineries time spent. So this is nothing but the time spent. So where it is N is the number of machineries in the plant. Number of machines in the plant. So here the P of NO is nothing but the so this is non-production time. Non-production time includes so what there is a tool change, so material change, handling time, so etc. So like this etc. These are apart from the operation, machining operation. Apart from machining operations, so any other so miscellaneous time will be included in the non-production time. This is a non-production time, cycle time, number of there is a units going to be producing, and this is a setup time for the individual machinery. Here the n represents the number of machineries. So in this, when we are having the n number of machineries in the so plant, in general, we write this by simplified form. So by simplified form, we can write it as so n naught. So n number of machineries, okay, and the setup time, the average setup time, and Q of TC, the total number of units going to produce, and the QC is the cycle time, and the T naught is the non-production time. Non-production time, non-production time, and it is a cycle time. It can say how to cycle time of the so product number of units going to be produced, and here it is a setup time. Setup is nothing but the operation, so that is a required. So we need to be so make the preparation for the so particular operations. So that is a tool setup, so machine setup. So we need to have these so process parameters we need to be considered, and the process time, process tasks. These are the setup time which include the setup time. So the N naught is the number of machineries. So this is the MLT. This is very important in case of the that is a mathematical model. Okay. So next is few more were there. Okay, utilization. So utilization. So what do you mean by utilization is in the industry, so everything it is available. So maximum, so there is a raw material is available. So here, so in the available raw material, so what is the usage of that? So how we are using the available, that is a productional, that is the things which may be a man, machine, raw material, so tool. So how far we are best we are using the so those resources, how best we are utilizing that, it can be calculated by using a simple formula. It is represented by utilization is U. It is calculated by using the Q by PC, or it is also calculated by using the output divided by capacity. The output is nothing but so production. What is the number of units? Number of units or number of products. It is nothing but Q. Okay. So capacity is the plant capacity. This is represented by PC. Okay. So utilization the formula is U is equal to so that is the total number of units produced in that particular industry and the plant divided by the plant capacity. How far you were utilizing the so all the resources available in the plant. So this is calculated by using the formula U is equal to Q by PC. Okay. And next is and one more is availability. Okay. So availability. The availability meaning is, for example, I tell you. So we are having the 10 machine centers in our plant, in our so industry. So here, so availability meaning is it all the 10 machineries are so they're well so that is having in the perfect condition so that they can be used for the production. Or so sometimes what happens one of the machine is under the repair or it is having some problem so that the availability of the machine is only 9. The meaning of this is exactly what is the number available in that particular time for the production, that is called as availability. It is going to be calculated by using the a simple formula. Availability is written as A is equal to MTBF so minus MTTR divided by so MTBF. I'll tell you what you mean by these two terms. So MTBF is nothing but okay. So this is the mean time between failure. So this is called as mean time between failure, and so MP, MTTR. MTTR is so that is the mean time to repair. It is nothing but mean time to repair. So mean time between the failure. For example, so any one of the machine is so under the so that is a, some damage, something happened, some error is there in the machinery, so that so we cannot do any operation in that particular time. And one more time, so we got the repair, and next we started the production. Again, it got the so some problem with the same machine. So after we get repair again, it will be undergoes a, some one more time after some duration, maybe after 6 months after maybe a 5 months, it may be after the 7 months, like this, it is going to be again, it is a failure. It is getting to be failure. Here failure is taking place. And this is the meaning of this is mean time between the failure is, so here for 6 months it is getting the failure. So once it has failure, get the repair, again it is got the, again it is having the problem with the machinery. So in this case the average time which is available, for example 6 months, 5 months, 7 months, the total it will be, it is a 18 months, right? 18 months between the three duration. So that is approximately it will be 6 months it is available before, that is the, so mean time between the failure between any two, that is the number of failures in that particular machine, the mean time it is available is 6 months. The meaning of this is mean time between the failure is 6 months, like this. So we are going to be calculate. So mtf is mean time between the failure. Mean time to repair is, for example, a machine undergone some failure, some damage happened. So what is the time it requires to get repaired? That is called as in between here only. So it is got failure. It requires some time to repair. So for example, today it has got failure. So after the 2 days, so it may be, it will be repaired. So this time is called as mean time between the, so failure. Okay, mean time between the repair. So in order to repair, it requires minimum 2 days. Similarly, after the here, it may be 1 day. After this failure, it may be, for example, 3 days. Maybe after this, it may be a 4 days. Like this is a 4 days, 3 days, 7 plus 8 plus 10. Totally 10. That is the days it required between the three, that is the failures. Okay. So 10 between around the, so this is a fourth failure, right? 10 days in the four failures. So what happens is here it will be around 2.5 days. So the meaning of this is at least whenever a machine undergoes a failure, minimum average of it requires 2.5 days to repair. So this is called as mttr. So there is a mean time to repair. So this is, so when we subtract the, that is the mean time between the failure and the mean time to repair divided by this, so we will get the, so what is the availability of the, so machineries in the plant. Okay. So this is how we can calculate the, so availability of the, so plant. Okay. One more is there. So I'll finish it off. Okay. And the last one is work in process. It is also called as WIP. So here the WIP is nothing but, so what is the total inventory held in the plant starting from the raw material to the, so finished stage. For example, we are starting a, so production. This is the, so starting, that is the inventory. So inventory is, that is the storage of the raw material, and for the different purposes we are going to store this. Okay, so that is called as inventory, and here it is the finishing stage. So in between that, we will be having the many more stages. Production will be there, so inspection will be there, and one more stage will be there, packing, something like that. So many stages will be there in between that. From the beginning to at the end, so what are the number of products which will be undergone the process? It is called as work in process. It refers to the inventory held in the. So what is the number of products? And it is called as nothing but the inventory. Here it is the storage, something, a beginning stage, the starting stage. From the starting to ending, so what is the number of inventory present in this each stage or throughout the, so this process is called as work in process. The meaning of this is what is the number of products under the production or under the different stages, or so it is also called as total number of products stocked in the plant. So total number of products stocked in the plant is called as the, so that is the work in process. So what is the total number, so which are available in the plant? It is under the production. Production ಅಂಡರಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಅಂತ, so total number of parts ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ parts ಅಂತ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ, so will be called by, that is a work in process. Okay, it is represented by the number of parts in the industry. Work in process will be calculated by using the production time, okay, availability of the all the raw materials, and the utilization of the resources divided by, so that is the number of shifts per week, and the number of hours per shift. So this, so when we calculated this, we will get the, so what is the total number of the products or the parts in the plant under the process from the beginning, from the, so starting stage to the finishing stage. So what is the number of inventory or total number of parts in the this production, that is a completely in the this line is called as the work in process. Okay, and we'll also have the one more, that is so WIP ratio. So here the WIP ratio is calculated so by the number of, so it is nothing but, so it is the WIP divided by the number of, that is the machineries under the. So we are having, for example, so 1,000 parts were there. WIP we got the 1,000, that is the parts that is the producing in the plant, and we are having the 10 number of machineries. So when we divide this, we will get 100. The meaning of this is the 100 number of parts which will be belonging to a particular machineries, and so the meaning of that is so that number of parts is under that particular machine. It is going to be so completely taking care about that. The inventories with respect to that particular part or particular machineries is the meaning, the ratio of that is this is 1,000 by 10, or it is nothing but so 100 by so 1. This is the ratio is called as WIP ratio. The meaning of this is the number of the inventory in process with respect to the work in process. So what is the inventory is there, and how many number of parts are under the process. Okay, this is the meaning of that. It is represented by so WIP ratio is equal to WIP divided by so number of, that is the number of machineries in the production. It is in brief WIP number of machineries. The meaning of this is here. So number of machineries under the process, the number of machineries in the plant, utilization of that. So into Q into PC. Q is the total number of production plant. That is a capacity. That is a plant number of units to be producing. Cycle time of that. And next is the setup time. Setup time plus Q into this. Okay, so this is the so complete. By using this, we can be calculate this. So that is a working process. We know this is a formula to calculate WIP. So N is the number of machineries, U is utilization, Q is the number of, that is the units producing, T is the cycle time, T of SU is the setup time, so Q is again the number of parts, and the TC is the, so that is nothing but the cycle time. Okay, so this is how we are going to be calculating the so WIP. That is the WIP is nothing but the so working process ratio. Okay. And last one more is that next is the PIP ratio. In the examination, they will be asked any so these models. So they can also give you the problems on these things. So there will be some details. So based upon the data, you need to use the so these models and you need to calculate this. So TIP ratio is nothing but time in process ratio. Time in process. So in the previous case, we study the so what is the number of products in this duration. So in this particular time, so what is the number of parts are that is the inventory in this particular time. So that is the meaning of the so work in process. Number of parts under the work, okay, under the process, under the production. Here it is the time in process. Time in process is nothing but in the beginning of this, so that is the actual time spent in the so these things. So in the so beginning stage or the starting stage from the it is a finishing stage. In between this, so what is the actual time? So it is consumed. Time consumed by the parts, average time consumed by the parts throughout the so this stage from the starting to the finishing stage. It is called as that is the timing which that is the time in process ratio. Okay, time in process ratio is represented by TIP. Okay, so this will be calculated by using the formula TIP ratio is equal to MLT, manufacturing lead time. Manufacturing lead time, you know, the formula for that. In the last just a slide, we have been discussed about the MLT, manufacturing lead time. Okay, and here it is with divided by the so number of that is a so machineries and the so cycle time of that particular so average of the production. So what will be the average of the that is the cycle time of the particular product. Usually in ideal case, the PIP will be so 1 is to 1. PIP ratio so will be 1 is to 1. So that is nothing but the manufacturing lead time consumed by the for a particular that is a part so divided by the number of operations and the cycle time which will be using the 1 is to 1. So it will be like this in the ideal cases. If it is not actually true in case of us, it is a practical case, which is a apart from it will be some different number will be there. So this is how we need to calculate the different mathematical model. TIP ratio is nothing but time in process. So what is the time? So time in process ratio, it measures the total time of the production line in the plant. So total time production line. For example, if there is a production line, this is a complete production line is there. In this particular plant production line, the total time will be calculated by the so this TIP ratio. TIP ratio is nothing but the so that is which gives you the total time so that is the required for a particular plant or a particular production line in the plant. In this case, what is the total time consumed by the so there is a production unit. So that will be calculated by using the so this usually under the different process. It can be calculated, it also includes, in sometimes what happens is it also includes the inventory waiting cost. So for example, in this particular unit, so production line one machine is there, here it is, so the number of parts who are waiting for this. So it is doing some operation, number of parts who are waiting. So this is called as inventory. So here the inventory will be there. So this is the waiting time is also going to be included in the this total time. So that is to calculate the so there is a PIP ratio. Time in process is nothing but the what is the maximum or the total time spent by the particular that is the there is a products in the plant. So what is the time? Actual time it is going to be so measure it is going to measure the total time of the plant. It is in general it is going to give you an average time of the plant. So in the average, so what is the average the time which is spent by the particular plant, which may be around so 1 is to 10 or it may be 1 is to 20 like that depending upon the so what is the this time depending upon the sorting to so beginning. So throughout having any interruption continuously if it is moving, so then there will be no any other so there is a miscellaneous timings will be there. If it has to be wait in a particular, some breakdown happens, again the part has to be wait, something near failure, error occurs, some tool is we need to change, some tool they'll some tool get damaged. In this case, we need to have wait. The in that cases, the time consumed by the part is going to be increases. So this is how it is going to be calculated. So the total time required for the average time for a part to be spent throughout the production. So this is how we can be use the so different models for the different okay operations. This time, due to this mathematical model, it helps for the production calculation of the computation that is the competitive cost. It is helpful for the finding those things. Cycle time, this is equal to Q naught PH on the P of PH. And the production rate is RP is equal to 1 by TP or Q by TB. So the TB is equal to setup time plus Q into TC. Okay, this is the production capacity. Tc is equal to n into S of W. So that is the number of shifts per hour and number of hours per shift and the production rate. It is the for the batch time and this is for the week. Okay. And next one is the manufacturing lead time. The manufacturing lead time is so it is calculated by using n number of machineries, setup time, Q into Tc plus number of there is a miscellaneous non there is a operation time. This is about the manufacturing lead time. Utilization is equal to Q by Pc. So the output divided by the production capacity. Availability, so there's a difference between the there is a mean time between the failure and the mean time that is the to repair. So this is the difference between the so these two things which will be gives the availability of the raw materials or availability of the so many more things parameters production parameters maybe manpower so it may be machineries plant like that it will give you the availability of the raw materials. The next one is working process. It is calculated by using PC into H into this PC into A it is the H availability and utilization and the number of shifts per hour and number of the hours per shift. This is the formula and this is working process ratio is WIP divided by N into the number of parts utilization and this is a batch time. It is a Q into PC divided by setup time and the Q into PC. So this is about the working process. And the last one is TIP ratio. TIP ratio is the total time spent by the parts in the throughout the there is a production plan. Production plan in the production stream. So what is the maximum time consumed by the so part in average it will give you the and the ratio of course. It is calculated by using formula. PIP ratio is equal to MLK divided by so number of that is the machinery is available handy. So there is a production, there is a cycle time of that. So each part. So it is the multiplication of this and dividing by the MLK will give you the so there is a PIP ratio. So this is about the mathematical models. So these are very important. Please go through these things. Even sometimes in examination they will ask you the so these parameters only. So write a mathematical model for utilization, availability, anything. Any these of these cases they can ask you anything. In such cases you need to write the so definition of this and the this is a mathematical model of this and finally you need to be describe all these things. So what we are defining these it is the things which are involved in this particular mathematical model. By explaining this, you'll get the full marks. Okay. This is about the mathematical models. Okay. See you in the next one. So we'll solve some of the problems in the next one.